Uh, Hi, I'm Mike. I'll be talking about the steam flow from the English boiler to the high pressure header down to the low pressure header. So we start off with the English boiler that has a pressure transmitter, a low level transmitter, and a temperature transmitter on it, along with 225 psi stage relief valves. Going from the English boiler to the header, we have an NRV valve and a flow transmitter. Going east on low high pressure header, we have a vent to atmosphere, along with a motor actuated valve. Then we follow up with the genset number 2. That's an isolation valve leading to it and a flow transmitter branch to it. And we have the east side pressure regulator station leading to low pressure header. And we go on to the rest. We have an isolation valve that separates the two sides of the high pressure header. And we have the first branch for dynamometer. That has an isolation valve separate along with the flow transmitter. Then we have the second turbine, which is the steam-driven boiler feed pump, which has an isolation valve leading to it. And we have the genset number 1, which also has an isolation valve leading to it. And we have the rest side steam station regulation, steam regulation station, leading to the low pressure header. On the way back, we have isolation valves leading to the dynamometer, steam-driven boiler feed pump, and genset number 1. We have a branch going off the aerator. We have a branch going off the low pressure header into the condenser and the HVAC. The low pressure steam goes to condenser to be turned back into water to be reused in the boiler feed water system. Back to the low pressure header, we have a 20 psi safety relief valve, followed by an atmospheric vent, followed by the isolation valve that separates the header in two. After the isolation valve, we have another atmospheric vent, another 20 psi safety relief valve, and then a connection to the bottom of the genset number 2, separated by an isolation valve. After that, we have our final branch, which has the 2 isolation valves, to the PCV valve, to another isolation valve, along with a 15 psi pressure relief valve before going to the NATE, steam to and from NATE. And that is the English boiler, the high pressure header, and low pressure header.